One.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, TH here. I am really in need of Tracy Byrnes right now to help us figure out WTF, gas prices, groceries, everything. The current market right now, it is March 12th, 2026. We are at war with Iran. We're involved in a lot of overseas stuff. But oil, I think, is top of mind right now. So, do you want to give us your thoughts on the current state of the nation financially, anyway?
Okay, so like a bunch of things. One, March 12th has historically been the day that the market has bottomed when the proverbial you know what hits the fan.
You could say shit.
So,
Yeah.
okay, that. So I don't know what that's worth, but that's been a thing. Um, so maybe we're starting to settle into this. So the one thing about the market that everyone should understand. So I always say, first of all, in times like this, you should be watching the Food Network and not news because it'll give you so much anxiety. And if you watch different networks, you get entirely different stories. So you have no idea what's going on. You're better off learning how to make a nice puttanesca than giving yourself anxiety and taking meds. Now,
Love
if
it.
indeed you do get involved with this, the one thing you need to know about the market is it's like a little kid. It just needs to know what's going on. And right now it doesn't. And so the uncertainty is what creates a little bit of volatility. Now, volatility, by the way, very different from risk. Volatility is it gets bumpy. We're going up and down. We don't know what we're doing. Risk is an entirely different thing. So volatility, not necessarily risky, could actually create opportunity, right? When your favorite shoes go on sale at Nordstrom's, you go buy them.
Right.
Favorite stocks go on sale during times like this, you should be thinking, so this isn't risk so much. The geopolitical, what's going on geopolitically though is affecting us. So the price of oil is priced on a global scale across the world. We have enough oil here at home. It's not a supply issue for us. But because we are priced with everyone else, if we just priced at home, we'd probably be just fine. But because we have to price with everyone and out there, it's so effed up right now,
Hmm.
prices are going higher. A lot of the reason the prices are going higher is insurance costs on these tankers that are shipping. It is expensive. There's a war risk premium on the insurance for these ships. So
Oh,
much like if you were, a shitty ass driver and your insurance company put a premium on you to drive to work every day, it's kind of the same thing, although 50 times scarier
hmm.
because of the risk to take these boats through that Strait of Hormuz.
Right.
So
Right.
insurance prices are going up on these boats, which then becomes a shipping and logistic issue because they don't want to ship.
Right.
All that translates into your gas prices at the pump and therefore shipping costs on your groceries. And I think at the end of the day, those are the two things we care about.
Yeah.
Get my gas prices down, get the cost of my eggs down so I can eat 42 egg whites a day, and then we'll all be happy. But we're not there yet, TH.
No, we're not there yet. And I also do feel very overwhelmed when they do speak on the news,
Mhm.
when I do listen. Um, I like the clarity of it. Anyway, my favorite or only go-to station is News Nation. I just feel like they represent all sides. I like that they air everything. And then you can make your own decisions because they're
Right.
literally giving you what actually happened and then you figure it out. I don't need somebody else's interpretation, but it just feels so much bigger and so far away from us. But like you said, it's how much my eggs cost and how much it costs me to fill up my tank of gas. My gas now is going to cost me probably $20 more. So maybe I don't drive unnecessarily. Maybe if I know I need to go out and run errands, it's all in the same location and I'm efficient with my driving, if you want to be mindful of that. So yeah, so should we be worried? I mean, we don't know how long this is going to last. No one can predict that, right?
Mm-mm, not at all.
Right.
So this is where you say, I'm well diversified. You don't want it all in three stocks because those three stocks might be getting beat up right now. You want to be well diversified and not take major risks right now. I would also say that if you have cash on the sidelines, like we said, there's buying opportunities out there. This is not going to last forever. We know that. This can't last into the midterms. They're just not going to want that to happen because it will be a voting issue. So this has to end. How much pain we feel until then is a whole different story. But again, this plays to the diversification factor. If you are well diversified, you're probably not really, really feeling this in your portfolio.
And you're
If you
talking,
are,
just to be clear, you're talking about if you've invested stocks, retirement, IRA. That's what you're talking about in portfolio. I want to be
that is
totally
actually a
clear.
great question. And no, I'm talking about in your portfolio, you have stocks, you have some stocks that are based domestically, you have stocks that are based internationally, you have some bonds because bonds just give you a fixed return. The price of bond changes, but your interest payment that you're getting on that bond doesn't change. Whether the world is upside down or not, you get your little interest payment. You know, when we were kids, they used to say they clip coupons. Our grandparents clip coupons. It's the
I
same
clipped
thing.
coupons.
Okay. It's the same thing. So when the stock market is like funky, you have this piece of your portfolio that's like the slow and steady worker, and your interest payments keep coming, and that's okay. Even dividend stocks are a great thing to own for diversification. The price of the stock may be funky, but you're getting that dividend payment for the most part. And I get my little dividend, and I just keep getting paid to wait this out. I take my slow and steady. Like I think sometimes there's FOMO and you want all the big names, especially when things are good, right? All the big fancy high flyer, Nvidia and Palantir, all the words they throw around at cocktail parties. And then you buy all that stuff, and then that stuff's the first to go when the market comes down. Faster it goes up, the faster it comes down. It's just like science class. And so it's the slow and steady that feels so boring, and not at the end of the day, you're gonna be really happy you own some boring.
So now's probably also a good time to speak to your financial advisor, right? Which you are one of. And what are like the top questions that we should be asking our financial advisors? Because I have such a diverse portfolio with two different money managers. So I don't know all the ins and outs. I know how much is cash. I know how much is bonds. I know, how they're broken up in category, but like in light of everything that's going on, are there top questions we should be asking our financial advisor right now?
I think that is such a great question. And absolutely, if nothing else, ask them what they're thinking. What are you guys thinking about all this? How are you planning? How are you game planning? How are you setting yourself up to take advantage of this volatility? Because again, price market comes down on a good day. You got some money. If the market's down and all my favorites are down, I should be buying. So what are they doing? You want to make sure they're being active. You don't they if they're on a golf course, I'd be really angry. Like make sure they are actively paying attention to what you have. We are like 24/7 knee deep in these things, making sure that no one's going to lose sleep at night because that's to me the most important thing. I'm not in your bed and I don't know what makes you nervous. So you have to articulate that. I'm very nervous right now, or I'm doing fine. Should I be worried? Say it. Tell them because they don't know otherwise. And then they'll go play golf.
Okay, so you are a financial expert, you're a CDFA, you have your MBA, you're a financial expert and investment advisor. How can people get in touch with you to maybe help guide them with their investments, their retirement planning, and the WTF of today's market?
Right. Like even just to talk you off the ledge, I'm happy to have that conversation. I am at Tracy Byrnes on LinkedIn, and the website is Tracy Byrnes Wealth, all one word. And it's Byrnes Burns. Actually, we spell Tracy differently, don't we? I'm TRACY Wealth.com.
Yes.
Reach out anytime. Anytime.
And Tracy's information will be in the description and in the captions and everywhere this is posted. So stay tuned, get in touch with Tracy, and take the time to ask the questions because if you
Mhm.
don't have money, you don't know about the money, if something happens to your partner, your spouse, whoever it is, you're going to get a lot of questions that you don't know how to answer. You don't have to be the expert, but you do have to know general terms and generally where your money is. So be
Mhm.
sure to reach out to Tracy and thank you for joining me, TH, and Women for Women today.